Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for sending in your videos. I'm going to do some appraisals, show you those tips, find you those bargains. My values are based on actual sales records. Watch all the cool stuff you sent me.
What I have next to me today is a large dresser that reportedly has been passed down in our family for 6 generations. I was told that the dresser was made between 1820 and 1850 for my great-great-great-great-grandfather, who was a prominent New York City architect at the time. There are no identifying marks as to its origin, but if you look on the underside of the drawers, it appears that it was made exclusively using hand tools.
Hey Richard, thanks for sending this video in of your beautiful gentleman's chest from the early part of the 1800s. Characteristic of the Federal style, that particular piece has a lot of elements that make me go, wow. I appraise a lot of furniture. Antique furniture, more contemporary furniture, vintage furniture. Furniture is a mainstay. It gets handed down from generation to generation. You might not like it, but you're going to get that piece of furniture from your mom or grandma. That gentleman's chest from about 1825, let's say, is a very typical example of a New York style desk for the elite. So for people who are, of course, in the upper echelons of society. That particular piece of case furniture has some drawers at the top with locks on them. Those are called valuable drawers, jewelry drawers. You could put money, ammunition, guns, those kinds of things in those drawers. So that's relatively important, and you see those. The other thing you see about this chest is that there's a panel with feathering, so that actual feather detail is very high quality. When you turn the piece over, you saw the underside of a drawer with poplar made with a particular type of wood. So the different woods are very important. So the underside of that drawer shows you again that construction of the poplar drawers. That's indicative of the early part of the 19th century as well. Now, your piece has family lineage, and it has its original hardware, and it has some elements that really are very high style. It's not sort of your run-of-the-mill kind of piece of case furniture of that time period. Value on your piece, about $20,000. That's what you would see retail, what people are paying for antique pieces of New York chest case furniture like your gentleman's chest. Thanks, Richard, for sending in this video. It's a beauty.
Hi, I found this vase at a cute little secondhand store in Tampa, Florida. It's so pretty. It's got the blue droplets, I guess. There's probably a name for that too, on the top. And there's a random one there. And it's got the cut mark on the bottom, I guess, from where they separated it. If Dr. Lori V taught me a little something.
Hi, Mary from Tampa. Thanks so much for sending in your video. I like your long hair. I like my hair really long too. Well, now it's getting longer, but I like it long, so I don't know. I might go back to long. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about your vase that you got at a cute little secondhand shop. A couple of things. Let's get some vocabulary right. First of all, the cut. Then you said the cut mark, that's called a pontil. It's at the bottom of something, piece of glass, and it's where the rod actually is blown from the glass blower. It's attached to the actual form, and then after they move it into the furnace, then they break that off. So it's called a pontil. Be careful of the pontils. They can be sharp, so be careful of that. The droplets that you're talking about that you said were so pretty, and they are pretty, are called prunts. And prunts are very, very well popularized in the early years of the 1900s with pieces like that. So the piece is typical of what's called a poshinger vase, and poshinger vases have those prunts and usually have that nice flat base, that clear base at the bottom, and they just come up just like that, kind of like a pilsner beer glass typically for a vase. And that piece and those types of pieces are, of course, European origin, and value on your piece and others like it about $400, which tells me that the people in that shop don't know what they're pricing pieces at. So I hope you got a bargain. I'm sure you probably did. And thanks for sending in that video. Don't forget, you got to learn that vocabulary. Thanks, Mary.
Hi, Dr. Lori. I'm Lindsay. I'm from Hudson, Ohio, and I have a print I'd like to show you today. My mom got this beautiful Icart print at a flea market in Burton, Ohio in the 1980s. Got a couple marks here. I don't know much about it, but I really love the 1920s vibe.
Hey Lindsay, you know Lindsay, when your video started, I thought, it reminds me of teaching at Penn State. So, you know, it reminds me of smart young people who know their style, like to thrift. It was cool. So your mom got this at a yard sale flea market in Ohio. Thanks for sending it in. It is an Icart, and you probably recognize that. It's a study in contrast. Icart is a 1920s, 1930s painter and printmaker, very well known for these oval prints, and that was kind of his thing, you know. So basically what this is if you look at it, you can see the oval nature of her face is repeated in the oval. Matte is always sign of all these things happening together. If you look at the piece, it also is really kind of Art Deco, the vibe you liked. And it's Art Deco in that black against white, the contrast of sort of the fur and then something that's very, very sleek like her skin. So it's all this thing about contrast. It's a cool piece. Thank you for showing me the back. It matters that you show me the back. People will say, well, there's nothing on the back, Dr. Lori. Yeah, I still need to see the back because you think I'm looking for writings. I'm looking for the structure, the construction of the piece, even if there's a dust screen on it like you had. Be careful when you move it. Be careful when you hang it. Your piece is quite nice, and it's a lithograph. It's hand colored. It's very well executed. It's from 1935, and it's valued at $500. Only 75 or 80 of that $500 is actually, about $80 is the frame. So almost all of the money is really in the print. So make sure you keep it out of direct sunlight, right? Hang it somewhere nice. And again, I think it's a wonderful example. I'm glad you like it. And you know, it was nice of your mom to give it to you.
Hi, Dr. Lori. My name is Betsy Griffin. I'm from Chardon, Ohio. I'd like for you to be able to tell me something about my vase I inherited from my grandmother. She passed away in 1974 at the age of 87. This was a very special piece for her. It's a hand-painted Nippon vase, and this is what the back looks like. And anything you could tell me about it, I really would appreciate it.
Hey, Betsy, that's a nice, big, heavy vase. Very nice, Nippon. It has a green mark on the bottom and the nice, bright, white porcelain clay glazed. Hand painted all the way around with those beautiful irises, very typical of the early years of the 20th century, early 1900s. And also it has that gilding, that gold leaf around the handles. Notice the handles are a nice straight line. That's typical also of Asian ceramics, where the handles aren't curved so much, but they're actually more geometric, straight lines. So that's kind of interesting. The mark is very important. It's a green mark. I always say the green Nippon mark basically means money. The green mark indicates that mark that has an M in the middle, not an N for Nippon, but the M for the Morimura brothers. And that nice shape here that looks like half of a wreath or a garland is also indicative of good quality Nippon. So you're looking for a green mark, you're looking for the M for Morimura brothers, and you're looking for hand painted, and that's what you have. Your piece is large scale, all hand painted with the irises. Value on your piece about $200. Thanks so much.
Hey, Dr. Lori. My daughter got this for me in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina at a thrift store. And here's the back. It's got that logo on it, I guess. And the paper on the inside is pretty old looking. Bye.
Well, I gotta tell you, it's a good thing I'm good, because boy, it's like quick, fast, this, can't really look, you know, I mean, when you're showing me these videos, I am grateful that you send them in, but you know, let me look a little bit longer. Let them stay there a little bit longer. Nice that your daughter's bought you this. Here's a couple of things that are going on. Look at the actual piece. So that piece is a Madonna and child, a mother and child. It's based on the Madonna, right? And you've got the child sort of up here with hands up on the mother's chest or upper body. And then you have this hand around the torso of the child. Well, you know, that hand is very faulty. So you can see that this artist is trying, but not really very well trained. It's not executed that well. So I'm not crazy about the round or tondo actual work of art. And then you said, oh, well, the paper inside looks old. So old is a relative term. But if you look at the actual frame, the frame is pretty nice, and the frame tells you a lot of things. The frame is composition matter, right? The frame is basically molded out of plaster of Paris and then repainted, right? And that particular style of frame was for photographs. Early photographs, the early 1900s, between 1900 and about 1925 is the time period for that frame. Value on that piece, the frame has all the value. About $60 is the frame, and another, I would say $10 or $20, probably $20 for that work of art inside.
Hi Dr. Lori, my name is Heather Elliott. This is my Beanie Baby collection that I started in 1988, right after my son was born. My son has since graduated from Duke Medical School as a CRNA, and I would love to be able to sell these and to be able to help him pay off his student loan. I would greatly, greatly appreciate anything that you could do to give me an assessment of their value.
Hi, Heather. Yes, I can appraise your Beanie Babies. There's a lot of misinformation on the internet about Beanie Babies. So I want you to know, first of all, yes, they can go very, very high. A lot of money for some of them. But the information I need so I can appraise them, I need you to show me your Beanie Baby, just like Fleece here. I need to see a picture of the inside of the tag opened, right? I need to also see, of course, the tush tag, and there's two sides of the tush tag. I need this side, and I also need the side that indicates, of course, materials, those sides. I need to see the piece. It needs to be measured with a measuring stick, you know, a ruler or whatever it might be. So make sure that if you want to send me a picture so you can, or a video about your Beanie Babies, that I see those particular bits of information. So the tags and of course the condition. But yes, I can appraise your Beanie Babies. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. A lot of people are trolls. A lot of people are actually trying to get you to look at something that may or may not even be authentic. So I'll authenticate them for you too. Thanks very much.
Dr. Lori coming at you from Western Pennsylvania with 4 plates I bought as a collection from an estate sale. There is a sticker on one plate that says $1,200. I don't know if that's what was paid for them or that's what the person thought they were valued at before he passed away. On the back of each plate there are markings, titles, signatures. There is a discrepancy on all plates. It has a signature. However, on this one it says DA rather than DU. Here's what it says clearly and who I think it's by.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for sending in your video of your plates. So a couple of things. They're very nice porcelain plates. Probably the plates are made in Limoges, France as blanks. And then they're sent to England and they're painted by an artist who's active in the late part of the 1800s, around 1890. And what he's doing, his name is E.C. Darby, D-A-R-B-Y. Where it looks like a U, that could just be that the A didn't get formed or it went away after time, you know, it just depends. But his name is E.C. Darby. He's very well known for these plates. They're called game plates. They're usually a set of 12 of them of different types of animals that you could hunt, right, like gaming. Gaming pieces are very collectible, whether they're mugs or whether they're plates or whether they're platters. Gaming things are very collectible. Fish, deer, stags, bear, you name it. Your particular pieces are after paintings by an artist that was made famous by Queen Victoria. His name was Edwin Landseer. Landseer's images have been superimposed onto these particular plates. Your plates are worth $75 a piece. Yours are a partial set of 4. You should have 12. So if you can find more plates, look around, maybe you can find the full set. Thanks for sending in your video.
Hi Dr. Lori, my name is Deborah and I've gotten this vase at an estate sale and I cannot find anything about it on any site that I go to. It's about 10 inches tall. There's the bottom. There's the interior. It's not marked, obviously. It's got raised pears on it, I believe, and a lot of crackling. So if you could help me, that would be great. Thank you.
Hi Deborah. Well, I really liked looking at your house. I have to say, you know, I'm kind of being a voyeur. I liked your twinkle lights and I liked the big necklace and I liked the Toulouse-Lautrec in the back and the birdcage, you know. Anyway, we're all voyeurs now because we're looking at everybody on video. So thanks for sending your video. I also like the vase, that Majolica lead glazed ceramic vase that you picked up. A couple of things about the vase. So you said it has a lot of crackling. So crazing, which is the word for ceramics when you see that crackle pattern, means that there's been a change in temperature, humidity, or a change in some way that made the actual glaze start to crack. It's not a good thing. It's a condition problem. Now, some of these pieces will be stable that way, but you have to think about this. What I did like about it, getting away from the condition issues, is the color. I liked the what is basically raised or relief ornamentation, those pears that you talked about, and I liked the drip. you know, sort of the Jackson Pollock kind of drip attention to detail on the whole piece. The colors are beautiful, the colors are great, and that's also where you're going to see a lot of value. Value on that piece, about $60 retail, and I always give you retail values. And I want you to think about looking at the base, because looking at the base or the underside is much more important than looking down the piece on the inside of the piece. So you look at the base, you're going to get a little bit more information about the construction of the actual clay. So nice piece, fired at a low temperature, really good, and as I said, you're looking at a relatively valuable piece. So a good pickup for just shopping around for some pottery. Hi Nilda, you know, your video made me sad, and here's why your video made me sad. You didn't tell me your story. You just put the piece up and you just went and you didn't say anything. So I want to hear you, I want to see you, I want to know what the background is. So I'm going to tell you about it just this once, and I'm not doing it again. So I want to see you in the videos, and I want you to tell me the story. How'd you get it? Where'd you get it? Why do you like it? Why do you hate it? You know. So this is the elephant and of course the donkey. So right away you should say to yourselves, oh, okay, I know this is a political collectible, right? So the elephants, of course, the Republicans, the donkeys, of course, the Democrats, and they're playing pool. It's a color print. So you're in that thrift store, you're at that yard sale, or you're in the basement cleaning something out, and you don't know whether or not you have a print, or you have a painting, or something highlighted. You've got to get a loupe. They are on my website. The one I use is on my website. And you need a loupe. You need the 10-time magnification to look through it. And the reason for it is because a lithograph or any print will reveal itself, so you know if you're buying something that's an original, right, painted brushstrokes, or if you're getting something that's mechanically printed. This is an early 20th century piece, like the art of a guy named Clifford Berryman, and he was known for these kind of fun, sort of political collectibles. Political collectibles will increase in value in an election year, so if you bought it low, you can resell it high. I like the colors here, and I like the way sort of you see the two animals competing, and that's what you see in political collectibles. So your piece is a nice piece. It looks to be in good condition. I want you to look for, again, the coloration. So when you're looking at a lithograph, you can see actually the color on top of the black outlines, one of the easy ways to tell a lithograph. And use the loupe, of course. Value on your piece is about $150, and I don't know what you paid, and I don't know how you got it, and I don't know what you did because you didn't tell me. So hopefully you're happy with that appraisal. But thanks for sending in the video all the same. Thanks so much from Dr. Lori. Don't forget to keep sending in your videos. Don't forget to ring the bell and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to make sure that you know all you need to know so you can thrift, shop, save, and sell.